Okay, so we're going to take a look at the Korean Peninsula, specifically the Peace Village uh, named Panmunjom in the DMZ, otherwise known as the Demilitarized Zone, that divides north from South Korea. Now, Panmunjom is near Seoul, and it's called the Peace Village because that's where the treaties were signed um, uh, that brought peace. At the end of what we call the Korean War. Now, technically, the Korean War never ended. They're just not fighting. But there was an incident in August 1976 that we'll be going over here. Now, I've marked North and South Korea, and that yellow line is the border between them. But before the incident in 1976, this area was shared by the North and South Koreans. Now, the red dots that you were seeing are the North Korean command posts, and they built a lot of them on the southern side, often surrounding the South Korean and UN checkpoints, which are marked there in blue. Um, and yeah, there they are, both the blue and the red. Um, Now, we're mainly going to focus on the bottom left side of the map. Um, on the bottom left side of the map, there was a poplar tree. Now, this poplar tree was a problem for the UN, mainly because the North Koreans had built um, the their checkpoint just south of the poplar tree, very close to a UN checkpoint. And that UN checkpoint was hard to see from the other checkpoints. It was kind of isolated. And it also is near the bridge uh, right here in the bottom left where the North Koreans entered the village. Um, so the UN decided they were going to prune the tree so that because during the summer the leaves would grow and they couldn't see checkpoint 3. Um, Now they also couldn't see the bridge from the Freedom House, and that was also a problem. So that was why they sent a crew to cut the tree down. And there's checkpoint 5. That's it's actually up on a hill. There's quite a bit of elevation there, but even still, during the summer they couldn't see checkpoint 3. And the greenhouse in the top right is the Freedom House. Um, now we're going to go ahead and see from the vantage point of checkpoint 5 what that looks like. Now this is modern day, so the tree will already be removed. But you can see in this picture checkpoint 3 from up on the hill, and the road in the middle is the bridge of no return, is what the South calls it. Simply because if you go over there, you're in the North and you are their prisoner. And so we're going to turn around and look at the other way. So this is roughly from checkpoint 3 looking up at checkpoint 5. And that little white stub there is where the poplar tree used to be. Now, as I mentioned, this area was shared. And the northern side, on the other side of that yellow line, was only reachable via the bridge of no return. So when the North Koreans would come in, they would come in via this bridge. Now, when the U.S. went to cut down the tree, the North Koreans attacked them with the axes that they had brought to cut the tree down, and 2 U.S. Soldiers and a Korean soldier died, as well as a lot of wounded officers. Now, after that incident and after Operation Paul Bunyan that followed, the North Koreans decided that they would no longer share the area, and they moved north of the line. But that meant that they couldn't use this bridge anymore. So within 72 hours, they built another bridge just north of here. Now, this is an actual photo of Operation Paul Bunyan. This is the United States, in a show of force, brought out so many troops, and there were bombers and fighters flying around, and they cut the tree down, but they left a stump, and the stump was there as like a symbol of the power of the United States military. But later, they cut the stump down and replaced it with this monument. And you can see this monument on a tour of the DMZ if you ever have the opportunity to visit South Korea. And on the tour, they'll also show you various other parts of the camp. Um, Here we're going to go to a picture of two ROK or Republic of Korean soldiers that are guarding the uh, um, meeting rooms, and you get to go in one of these and cross over into the north side. But these meeting rooms are where the North and South hold talks if there's ever some sort of diplomatic thing that needs to occur. Um, but they bust you around and tell you stories about the incident, and it's all quite interesting. And with that, I'll leave you with the South Korean phrase for goodbye, which literally translates to go in peace. 안녕히 가세요.